Hey guys, SGX coach Joseph Batista here, and I really want to get in touch with you guys about something that's it's kind of breaking my heart. You've seen it too. It's absolutely horrible and disgusting every time I see it. We take for granted how much of our body we use, and how inefficient our body can move without proper guidance. So what am I talking about? One of the things I see that's hard to look at every time, and I see it in the gym a lot, it's the deadlift. Now, we normally see people do deadlifts with some really great amount of weight. And you know what? I don't want to take away from the accomplishments of individuals that have really PR'd something that is extremely, basically a great feat of fancy. And, making these nice large PRs in deadlift is awesome. Should you sacrifice your form? Now, there are certain certain times when you kind of look the other way. Strongmen competitions, they're really the exception to the rule, because to be all technically honest, they're lifting weights that are astronomical. So your form is actually going to be compromised. But the coaching that comes along with that is you're accounting for that compromised form. So let's talk about every person that we see that is not a strongman competitor. What are they doing? Rounding out their back, bending their knees too far forward, lifting the butt first. Ooh, that's horrible. They're not using their entire body in a deadlift. But it's not their fault. Granted, while it's hard to see, it's not their fault. It's what they're used to seeing. The deadlift was given to us by the likes of Arnold Schwarzenegger. And we've replicated the Olympic lifting of the deadlift that we see all the time. Again, that kind of goes into that same parallel line as strongman. There's a certain degree of form breaking down because of the high level of weight. Which means what? Well, we're not really taught. We're not taught how to move our body in a deadlift. I mean, we hear very similar things from regular lifting. Pull the weight into you, lift with your legs, stand up, lift your chin up. But the most important part of a deadlift? It's lining up your spine. Let me go over a few things right now. Now, we've seen the deadlift with a barbell, a kettlebell, a dumbbell, but none of those actually help force the body to line the spine up, basically by pulling the lats in behind you and connecting them with the spine in the middle to your glutes. This right here, you guys, is the ultimate sandbag, USP for short. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll show you. I'll kind of guide you how to get one of these. But one of the things in the sandbag is this was designed to help you line up your spine and movement. The sand simply provides a feedback that you can use constantly to correct throughout the movement. Now, don't think that my concept on the deadlift has to be strict, rigid form. It doesn't. But what we don't want to see is something of a form that really just looks downright scary. With the sandbag, that it can actually help you is, there's certain key points. We have our sandbag right here, and I actually want to use the handles as guides, and I want to kind of spread them apart. Well, what does that do for me? Well, when I spread the handles apart, I actually take my body and I line the posterior chain, and that's everything from back here down to here, into a straight line, and now all the muscles are going to be locked in and working as recruited together. That does keep my back flat and straight, but in retrospect, it's going to do a lot more work on the front part of my body, because when my shoulder blades come back, my chest comes proud, I'm able to push my ribs down. I'm actually doing a lot more core work right here, simply by just stabilizing the weight in the deadlift position. So I'm going to start off here. I'm going to line this puppy up on my side. And I'm going to, again, pull the handles apart, not just at the top, but throughout the entire movement. You know, from here, I spread these handles apart, and then I'm just going to stand dragging that sandbag on my shins. If I can drag that sandbag on my shins, then throughout the entire position, the weight is loaded in my posterior chain. Not my glutes, not my hamstrings, not my back or upper or lower, but my entire posterior chain. What that does is that takes the weight of 60 pounds right here, and it makes it more feasible. I have more muscles working together rather than one area. I come back down and my core is also working here, and I come back up. It looks like I'm leaning back, and I'm not. I'm just squeezing my elbows together, and that forces my chest up. Now look at me from the side. I go into this movement right here. I slide it down. Now if you're looking at me from the side right here, you notice that my knees are not actually coming forward, but my knees are bending. My back is flat, it's straight, handles are spread apart. As I come up, here's that chest coming up. Look, my hips are straight. They're not leaning forward. And I come right back down. How does that work for us as Spartans? Well, I need to use that entire posterior chain to lift up the bucket, to carry the Atlas stone, to engage my body's stability and foundation for the Herc hoist. Let's not forget, for those of you that were in Monterey, those nice giant-sized Yokohama tire flips. That's a posterior chain, and essentially that's a deadlift. All right? So if you have any other questions or you need any help with getting a USB Ultimate Sandbag, hey, simply let me know. Leave me a comment. Hey, send me a message. You know how to get a hold of me. And if you don't, find me. All right? I'll catch you guys at the